What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers looked great yesterday. You really saw not only the starters, but the bench unit really coming together. The Lakers absolutely controlled that game for pretty much the majority of the game, at least the time that their key guys were playing. And it was really nice to see. Now, obviously, if you're just somebody that just looked at the box score, just looked at the final score, then you have no idea what really happened. The Lakers basically a quarter and a half basically. They ran their G League team, and the Lakers were up by like 8 or something like that when the G League team basically went in. So basically, all the way up until they decided to put their G League team in, the Lakers were in full control. They were looking great. The reffing was atrocious, man. I don't know what is going on with the reffing here, especially even like that Shafino call. I think that Shafino call really changed the tide, right? Because the Lakers would have actually won the game, right? Because he would have been at the free throw line. That could have changed everything. You wouldn't have had to play the foul game, but instead that got overturned. And rather than, him going to the foul line when he got hit right in the face, but that's neither here nor there. Again, it's Summer League. Not really worried about it. Don't really care about that. Care about what did the key guys, what did the important pieces look like in this game? And everybody really shined, in my opinion. D'Lo continued great play. You saw Austin Reeves really stepping his own. He ended up getting a technical, which was funny. But he had 16, 3 and 3 on 6 and 9 shooting. Again, extremely efficient. Davis looked dominant again, 13, 6 and 4. Prince, 17 points, 4 of 5 from 3. Taurean Prince is making a real argument to be in that starting lineup. I mean, seriously, his ability to shoot, his defense, everything. LeBron was great, 4 of 8 from the field, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists in 18 minutes. Those are the kind of things you want to see. Rui even chimed in with 8, 2 of 5 from the field. Max Christie, he actually looked good again, right? I know he only had 6 points, but if you actually watched him play, he was great on both sides of the ball. He also only took 5 shots, and he was 2 of 3 from 3, knocking him down. Christian Wood, he had a very solid game on both sides of the ball. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, only in 13 minutes. 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, which was nice, and affected some shots. And he's starting, you can tell, he's starting to get back in rhythm. He's starting to get back to where he needs to be once we get into the regular season. Now, again, when it comes to preseason, and I reiterate this, I'm sure some people are tired of hearing me say this, but I see so many people just overreact and just get silly with the wins and losses in Summer League. It's not what it's about. Again, what actually happened in the game? I don't care about the G League guys losing to the Warriors rotation guys. That doesn't matter to me, right? I could care less about that. And the fact that we almost won told you what you needed to know about, 1, the Warriors rotation guys, and 2, our G League guys. Our G League guys looked very solid. I mean, Colin Castleton was fantastic. Alex Fudge was great. Demoy Hodge looks like he could step into an NBA game. All of that, right? But in general, I liked the flow, the pace. Our 3-point shooting is just fantastic. We were 44% from 3. And again, that was in basically, 2 quarters, 2.5 quarters, right? Like, we shot even better than that. Again, it was the back half. The G League squad, when they came in, Alex Fudge is 1 of 3 from 3. Demoy Hodge is 2 of 6. So there's, 2 plus 4. There's 6 misses right there. And then who else? I know Shafino missed a couple there late. He made one right at the buzzer, but it didn't count. I think it did, but that's neither here. The Lakers wouldn't have won even if he did make that. It would have been, but they would have lost by 1. But it still would have given Shafino a 3. But he missed 2. So if you take away those, basically 8 threes, then the Lakers shot over 50% from 3, which again, the Lakers are going to be very good shooting the 3 ball this year. They just have too many guys that can knock down the 3, right? Even LeBron was 33%, which isn't great, but I mean, that's better than the 20% he usually is. Anthony Davis, again, hit another 3. He was 50% from 3, which was nice. Took 2 3-point attempts, right? But you go down the list, and it's like the key guys. Again, the key guys. D'Lo, 50%. Reeves, 50%. Anthony Davis, 50%. Taurean Prince was what? 78%, something like that. He's 4 or 5, right? LeBron, 33%, which again isn't great, but better than what LeBron's been. Rui Hachimura, 50%. Max Christie, 66%, 2 or 3 from the field, right? Like those are welcoming signs. I just don't see a scenario where the Lakers are, 25th in 3-point percentage next year or this year like they were last year. Lakers are going to be at least middle of the pack. Once again, Lakers put up 125 points in preseason, right? I mean, they give up 129, which that isn't great, but the Warriors also shot ridiculous from 3. They shot really well from the 3-point line, and 29 of those points came in the fourth quarter, which again was our G League team, and the other half. So they scored 37 in the third, which Warriors ended up coming back when our G League squad went in. So, let's say they scored 90 points on us through 3 quarters, which still isn't great, right? But the Warriors, they also shot the 3 ball extremely well. They were 41% from 3, 7 of 41. So they jacked up a ton of threes. Clay and Steph were both 50% from 3. Chris Paul was 66% from 3. So you got some quality production from them. And even Kuminga. Kuminga really shined for them. And Kuminga played 27 minutes for them. And he delivered with 26 points. So the Warriors had an excellent game, right? I mean, you go down the list. Steph Curry, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists in just 21 minutes. Chris Paul, he was 2 of 6 from the field, 6 points, 4 assists. Wiggins, 9. Kevon Looney, 6 and 4, 3 of 3 from the field. Kuminga with 26. You had Moody with 15, right? So it wasn't like the Warriors basically were just terrible. No, like they were running their starters as many minutes as we were running ours. And throughout the course of that game, the Lakers were in control start to finish. If Lakers would have continued to play their starters, or even kind of like, intermingled their starters with the bench guys, the Lakers undoubtedly would have won this game. Again, like I said, our G League squad nearly beat the Warriors rotation guys. I'm not saying that it was Steph Curry and Chris Paul and Klay Thompson and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. But they were running, Jordan or Moses Moody. They did have Kuminga out there for a good portion of that. They were running like Jackson and, some of their key guys during that stretch. Like guys that are actually going to play for the Warriors. Where the 5-man unit that they played the entire fourth quarter, Castleton barely sees the court, if ever. Alex Fudge, same thing. Demoy Hodge, I actually think could... I don't think he's going to actually get a roster spot, but I could see him playing in several games. He's been really good. Same thing with Maxwell Lewis. I know Maxwell Lewis was rough today, at least shooting the ball, but he only took 2 shots in his defense. He was 0 of 2 from the field, but he's looked really good. I could see him maybe filling in, Reeves or D'Lo are out for a game or whatever, and it's like, all right, well, let's throw the young guy out there and let him get some playing time. Same thing with a Hodge. Right, if you're missing like a 2 guard or something, hey, let's throw out Hodge out there and see if he can get going and get a little run, get a little burn. I really like what we're seeing from the young guys, and it's also really promising. I definitely want to dive into some of the young guys some more because we've seen some real promise from those guys. But again, you're really seeing guys kind of round into form. Right, Taurean Prince had that rough game in game 1. Since then, he's been brilliant for us. I mean, he's been shooting excellent, right? He's been in the double digits. He finished with 17 the other day or yesterday. And again, you have Christian Wood starting to round out. You're seeing him kind of get that feel back. He had that touch. He had a couple just nice buckets that were just the soft touch, right? Where it just kind of if he just hit it a little harder or a little softer, that ball was not going in, and it just got that nice kind bounce. So you're starting to see him kind of really get into the flow of things. Again, 13 points in 13 minutes is excellent, right? Excellent. I mean, if he could do that every game for us, good luck beating us, right? Seriously. And then, just seeing Rui continue to thrive and have success. right? Seeing the size and the impact that we have. I know the Warriors are small, so it's not like the best example when you're looking at the Warriors, but we also in the entire first quarter or first quarter and a half, we didn't have a single turnover. We ended up finishing the game with 17. Like the second half of the second quarter, we had like a stretch where we had like 4 or 5 straight turnovers, which were rough, especially coming off of a great first quarter where we had 0 turnovers. But great assists, moving the ball. I love that we're sharing the ball, right? The first couple games seemed like we were really just stagnant. Like we were kind of playing a lot of ISO and things like that. But I also think, and I made the argument, especially after the first game, you had LeBron out and you had Austin Reeves out, 2 of your biggest playmakers, and then D'Lo also only played like, what was it, like 15 minutes that first game? I don't even know if it was that many. So, you'd imagine that it's going to be a little stagnant when you don't have your playmakers, you don't have your guys that are moving the ball, right? And so for us to have 30 assists on 43 made baskets is excellent, right? Excellent. The Warriors, they're one of those teams that they want to get to 40, 50 assists a game, and they had 36, which was on 46 made baskets, which again, that's how you're going to win games. Share the basketball, take care of the basketball, stop turning the ball over. 17 turnovers are way too high. We got to do a much better job doing that. Again, a lot of that was our young guys, but still, we were probably around 10 turnovers between everybody. So you look at the starters, between the starters, you had 8 turnovers, right? And then you had Christian Wood with 1, so there's 9, and Christie with 1, so there's 10. So yeah, let's call it 10 turnovers, right? So that again, okay, I can live with that, but I'd like it to be under double digits as much as possible, but let's call it 30 assists to 10 turnovers, or let's call it 25 assists, 10 turnovers, right? Because again, some of those assists came from the G League squad. That's excellent, right? 9 offensive rebounds. That was good. Although we got out rebound by 2. Again, G League squad, they gave up a bunch of offensive rebound stuff. We were winning the rebounding battle. Blocks, we won that. Steals, we won that. Technicals, we won that. Again, just joking around with the Austin Reeves scenario, which I thought was funny that he addressed. But you're starting to see it click, is my point. That's what I want to get at here. That's what I really want to hit home. You're starting to see the bench unit really start coming together, really starting to get a feel for the game, getting a feel for themselves, right? We didn't have Gabe Vincent. We didn't have Jared Vanderbilt. We still haven't seen Cam Reddish again. Jared Vanderbilt is supposed to be ready for the regular season, so that's good. But, he would have made an impact, right? He could have guarded Steph, which might have slowed him down a little bit. Same thing with Gabe Vincent. You got arguably your 2 best defensive guys for Steph Curry that didn't play, and we still were in control the entirety. The Warriors had no answer for our offense and our scoring prowess. The Lakers are in great shape, and I love what we're seeing here. We're seeing them really starting to get the flow, really starting to put it together. And I'm just pumped. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to facing off against the Milwaukee Bucks coming Sunday. That should be great. That should be a lot of fun. But in general, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. We'll see how it goes. But I thought we looked great. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you agree? Do you think, yeah, we looked fantastic? Do you think, no, got to look better? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below.